Hey everybody, Matt Brown here. Just want to take a minute to read an article that I wrote yesterday, February 24th of 2015. It's called Metal Detecting Treasures on Spring Break. Scroll down here. It says two college students were on spring break from school in San Diego. With classes over, they decided to head to the beach to try their luck at looking for buried treasure. Gina was a raven-haired young woman who was studying to be an artist. Strong and determined, she would keep her metal detector in the trunk of her car so that she could use it whenever she wanted. Sara, who was a little more delicate but with the same determination as Gina, had long strawberry hair flowing over her shoulder. While Gina aspired to be a painter, Sara wanted to be a sculptor. The sun was just coming up over the horizon as the two headed for the beach at Point Loma. The two girls headed out and arrived early Monday morning at Point Loma and began setting up their metal detectors. Both came from fairly wealthy families and did this more for the adventure of it than anything else. They began walking along the beach and swinging their metal detectors above the sand. Gina made the first strike, but it turned out to be just an old can lid that somebody had not thrown away. As they kept searching along the beach, a second strike led to a candy $50. Sara, feeling a bit of chill in the air, decided to grab a jacket out of the car. As she walked back, the metal detector was still on, and as she passed a picnic table, she was surprised to hear it start beeping wildly. She looked down only to find a men's gold watch sitting underneath the table. I wonder who this belongs to, she said. As she went to pick it up and put it into her bag, Sara suddenly felt a stinging sensation in her left hand. She looked and saw several fire ants had crawled onto her hand that apparently had a nest underneath where the watch was found. Oh well, oh well, it had been worth a few stings. After grabbing her jacket, Sara rejoined Gina, who was busy digging in the sand. A ring, apparently costume jewelry, was all that she found. A gull startled the two while landing near them and quickly getting some food out of a fast food bag. Just then, a man in his 50s, ragged and dirty, came up to them. Can I have a few bucks, please? Gina was not too happy about this, but stayed silent. Sara was the type who would help anyone out and slipped a couple of dollars into the old man's hands, hoping that he would not spend it on wine. The rest of the day, the pair went along, occasionally finding spare change and pieces of gold jewelry that had been lost. There was money to be found at the beach, and they decided to celebrate that night and get some rest for the next day. There are 70 miles of beach in San Diego, and though the girls were certain that they would not be able to cover all of it, still they would make the most of their week and do as much searching as they could. A trip along the Pacific Coast Highway would be one of their priorities. They started out early again and were lucky enough to see the sun coming up over the water as they arrived. A handful of tourists dotted the beach along the highway, as the two found a parking lot and got out all their equipment. The salt water stung their nostrils slightly, and the morning fog over the ocean was thicker than they had counted on. As both of them started using their metal detectors, Gina headed south and Sara north, but they both had their cell phones and did not plan to go too far apart from each other. But to read the rest of this article, just go to needbucksnow.com. To get my newest articles and reviews, just put your email address in the 10 ways to make easy income online and get started today. Thank you. Bye.